Hey guys, welcome back to Carsoni Means. I don't know if you know, but I happen to be a Washington football team fan, and I'm just gonna start a thing where every Sunday or Monday, depending on how much time I have, I will go ahead and I will look and I will give my reaction to the Washington game that happened that week. Now, this week we went and we played the Cardinals. Um, really, I have mixed feelings about it because towards the beginning, it was our worst nightmare. We played terribly. Our defense didn't look too well, but then towards the end, we started picking up. Dwayne Haskins looked much better. He had an 88 quarterback rating. He looked good. The thing I want to say is that I think that one of the big reasons we lost is because when we face mobile quarterbacks like that, that really hurts our defensive line, and that is really our whole team right there. If our defensive line is bad, then that really kind of harms the rest of our defense a lot. And if our defense isn't playing very well, our offense just goes down the tubes. Because right now our offense is getting 50, 30-yard drives, and that's that. And we have to be able to get points off of that. Um, and so what I'm thinking is that you got players like Kyler Murray, Lamar Jackson, who are like 1 in a million players. When we go up against them, that's when we'll do badly. But whenever we go up against normal quarterbacks like Baker Mayfield or Carson Wentz, then we will be the same team we were in Week 1. The other thing I have to say is that Terry McLaurin looked great. He had 125 yards, a touchdown towards the end there. Even Dontrell Inman had a couple plays there. Chase Young did get a sack. He's still in the game, getting sacks and all that. And earlier in the game, Landon Collins managed to get an interception deep in the Cardinals territory, which of course we fumbled, because we are trash. Also, I'd have to say that we are still on top of our division. We are still the number one team in the NFC East. And next week we go up against the Browns, and what do the Browns do? They heavily run the ball. That's all they do. I'm sorry, I'm not wearing my mic right now. I completely forgot to, but that's all they do. What do? We stop the run. We are a defensive line. We go after them. Not only are we going to be stopping the run because our front seven is amazing, but we're going to be putting pressure on Baker Mayfield, who isn't a very good quarterback. So this is a great matchup next week, and I feel like next week we have a really good chance of winning. And really, if we win, the only team that really bothers us in our division are the Cowboys, who are playing the Seahawks. Um, and that is not going to be good for them. So I have a pretty good feeling that next week we will be 2-1. The Cowboys will be 1-2, and maybe the Eagles will be 1-2. I don't know what they're playing. So right now things are kind of looking good for the future. Though in Week 4 we do play Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. That will be like this game. You know how bad this game is, losing 30-15 times like 5. It will be a like 6-38 loss. Does that sound familiar? Yeah, it might be something like the Browns game. We're gonna have a hard time, and this unless we somehow find a way to, unless our offense takes these couple of weeks and it gets much better. If they find out how to play like they did in the end quarter of this game, because in the fourth quarter we scored 2 touchdowns, and I saw people on Twitter and stuff saying, you know what, they still have a chance. There's 6 minutes left. They're down by 12. Who knows? Of course, we didn't get the ball back until there was 30 seconds left, but we can work on that later. So unless our defense finds a way to step it up, unless our offense, finds a way to step it up like they have been doing at the end of games, we probably don't stand a chance against the Ravens. So what I'm thinking is we go out of Week 4, we're 2-2, probably still at the top of our division. And I think that we have a pretty good chance of going out, because the Ravens and the Ravens and the Cardinals might be the 2 hardest teams for us to play. And we've already gotten one out of the way, and then Week 4 we're going to get into the other ones. I'm feeling. We're going to go 2-2 probably, almost definitely. Of course, I hope we go 3-1, but still. And then we can probably, if we play our cards right, end up going 9-7, 10-6. So again, if you're coming from my other videos and you're wondering what is this guy, this is Washington football team fan Carson. I am insanely hopeful, way too hopeful about Washington. I will go over this game again in my weekly recap, and I'll be much more realistic. But right now, as a Washington fan, I am saying that I am thinking Now, right now, with the way the rest of our division is playing, with the Giants, Saquon Barkley got injured. That really is going to hurt them. Not to mention they just lost to the Bears, the Eagles, who have been stomped lately. Us beating them by 10, and then the Rams coming in and beating them by 18. And then the Cowboys. I mean, they got stomped by the Rams, and then they just barely beat the Falcons. So yeah, the rest of our division is playing pretty badly. And look at us. If I'm being honest, I know we lost this game by 15 points, but we did still play pretty well. If I am being honest, if we didn't have any defensive, I mean, last year scoring 15 points was a miracle. We rarely scored that many points that often. It was normally very, very low amounts of points. We went like a 4-game stretch without scoring a touchdown. 15 points was really good last year. Not to mention we didn't really have a defensive line. I'm saying, as a Washington fan, things are going in the right direction. We are looking like an above-average team in the NFL. And when Week 5 comes around and we're 3-2 and we keep on rolling, don't be surprised, okay? Yeah. So my weekly recap will come out tomorrow. I will be much more realistic. I will talk about how terribly Dwayne Haskins played. But in this video, I will not. I just had to point that out. A lot of my other subscribers are probably going to be really confused, but still. Thank you so much for watching. Also, we failed 2 2-point conversions, so technically it should have been 27-19. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next one. This was just basically Carsonian Beans ranting for 6 minutes. Bye.